Here we go. We're doing second chapter of Hacking AI, and this time we're gonna focus on zero shot classification improvements. I have about 1 hour of work. Let's see how far can we push this. So first of all, what am I talking about? I'm interested in zero shot classification, meaning that while doing zero shot, you put the definition of the task inside the prompt without any examples. Like just writing here is a task definition, and the name of the labels of the classes. So that's about it, and you'll see as we get along, you'll get a better understanding what I'm talking about. So this is in the domain of text classification, NLP, natural language processing, but zero shot can be like the definition of the zero shot task is um, is on all modalities. Like it's relevant to everything. It's whenever you don't train anything, you just try to do the task without any pre-training and not giving any examples in the data set, in the prompt, I mean. Why is that even important? Because it simulates a lot of things that we want to do in our day to day, wherever we're working, whatever we're trying to do. There are a lot of classification tasks all around, whether you're building a chatbot and trying to understand what does the user wants. For instance, there are 5 cases. The user wants to do A, B, C, D, or E. And you want to make sure that whenever the customer states he wants to cancel subscription, for instance, we navigate him to the correct portion of the site, and we need to classify whatever he mentioned into that correct class. Okay, without further ado, let's see what we got. So I've trained zero shot intent classifier on different data sets. So I've pre-trained it with a similar task, and now this model is able to operate in a zero-shot manner. It's a small model, it's a T5, not that fashionable these days, but it has enough oomph to make it work. So let's load the ATIS dataset. Okay, I'll show you a little bit what's that about. It's full of no it's full of examples of users asking for help in different quests in an airline like company. So when is my flight? How much does it cost? And things like that. And classifying whatever the user is saying is in a it's in a subject called intent classification, like classifying what is the intent of the user. Cool. So I just want to show you a little bit how this data looks like. No, no, maybe this one. Cool. I want to fly from Boston to Denver. Awesome. And the intent of this thing is something that's called probably flight request, something like that. So this data set contains about 20 classes. So let's see, it has 5,000 rows. So this is a query of flight search. I want to fly from Boston, just this exact thing, and the intent is flight. Now I've changed the name of the intents to be a little more meaningful in a way. So I've changed flight, which is the most common one, to flight booking request. Why did I do that? In zero shot, it's very important the labels, because that's probably the only thing the model sees. it's very important that they will carry a lot of meaning. So flight being a standalone, it's kind of not too much information. But booking request, well, that's actually what the user wants to do. Okay, so I'm transforming all of these things. Now let's load my model. It has a commit hash because eventually I did train it on this dataset. Intent mapping is not defined. Oopsie. Here it is. Okay. This is my prompt. So I'm showing it the options, like which labels there are. And I'm predicting, cool, I just predicted it in the correct class, flight booking quest. I don't want to run on the train set, that's a little bit too much for me. Let's run it on the test set. Should be quick enough because I'm using my GPU for that. You can also do the same in Colab, for instance. And hopefully we'll get these numbers as well because I'm trying to reproduce what I did. Now the next step, let's go back to my task. So my goal is to improve on the samples that I misclassified because we get only about 70% weighted average. Like, what about the 30% that we were wrong about? Or from an accuracy standpoint, like 37%. So let's find them, see what we're confusing them about, and see what manipulations, either to the input or like to the transformation to the text or transformation to the label can we do in order to improve on that. Almost done. I could have implemented something much fancier here. Well, not that fancy, but predicting in batches would make it so much quicker. But this is sufficient for 800 samples. And we have an weighted average of lower, even 63. Probably I've took the wrong version of the model. Let's see. Bear with me. Okay, that's the model I've uploaded because I'm that kind of a guy. Files, versions. Let's see. So which did I took? I took 93. Okay, let's take. No, this one I can't take. Add edits dataset subsamples. Okay, so that's what we have. Kind of strange because I remember I got a 70. What did change in this commit? Okay. Never mind that. Okay, so let's see our errors. Flight booking request. Well, we have a lot of errors there. Airline information request, that's an interesting one. And abbreviation, that's really non-performing. So which one will take? This one is also interesting. Okay, the lowest of one I've seen is abbreviation and fair code meaning inquiry. Okay, so first of all, my Y is, we have the results, we have the predictions. Cool. So okay. Now we need to find the indices. And let's find the indices that from abbreviation fair coded meaning. If I have precision of 100%, it means that whenever I predict it to be that, it means I'm correct. But most of the time when it was actually this thing, I mispredict that with something else. So let's just write this down. Let's copy this over. Okay, meaning most this whole thing. Okay, so next thing would be analysis on these label. Yeah, I think I have a data frame somewhere. Or it's only just this lists. So we need two things. Let's create data set with predictions and ground truth. Y. Call this Y tag. Then filter data frame to contain either Y equals to class or prediction equals class. Then let's print the value counts. This is a poor man's confusion matrix. Okay, let's do this. So let's create a new data frame. So what's it gonna be? We can create it. Could have done it a little bit better in order to trace back what happened here. But I wasn't meaning it. When I wrote it, I didn't mean to actually analyze this. I only wanted the results. So we might need to change this a little bit. I don't want just the prediction and the Y. I want the text as well. Okay. Okay, do we need anything else? No, that's enough. Then we'll have to wait some more. Afterwards, it's very easy. Oh, wait. No. Here I'm creating the data frame for the classification part to be printed nicely. That's a trick. So data equals results. Then df. How did we call this class? Abbreviations. It actually equals to TF and TF this. By the way, I don't love notebooks that much. It's just that I have the PyCharm Community Edition, so I can't edit any notebooks through there. Am I still on? Yes. Okay, now let's. Oh wait, it's or. It's not and. And the last time I remembered, you need to encapsulate this one in parentheses and that one. And maybe I need to use the Copilot for notebooks of Jupyter Lab. I remember there was such a thing, but I haven't used that. So how did we call this class? Like this. Cool. Why predictions? Yes. Okay. Let's make it. People are watching. Let's make it cool. Oops. No. Oh no. Here we go. No. Almost. And what? How did I call this column? This one's prediction. And why? Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So no, I meant the prediction. My bad. Okay, so there's a confusion with airport information queries. Let's see that thing. Nice. This is pretty short. What does BH mean? What does fair code? Is this just repeating stuff? What? Suddenly I don't like this data set that much. Airport information and queries. Well, actually, I understand why it's confusing. Definitely. It's hard to know that this SB it's an abbreviation. Oh wait, what is the meal code? Oh, definitely a question about meals. So that's not an expensive error. What is fair code and what is fair code? So it's like whenever I ask for code, or whenever I ask about HP and all of those, how can we symbol that? What can we change for it to pop? Let me think. What if we change this title, let's start with simple things. Let's say we had only 3 labels. What would have happened? So let's take this thing. Let's build a query. Well, let's note some strategies. So reduce number of labels to 2, like the most naive one. So that's one thing to try. What's another one? I think I've written some here. Ensemble is later on. Simplifying the input. How can we simplify the input? Oh, we can simplify this thing. This number. Like this. What is a synonym for an abbreviation? Well, simplify the label. If we would, let's say we called it only code questions. Maybe it would reduce this kind of error. Okay, good enough. Why sometimes fine-tuning is less time consuming, of course. But I'm trying to make a point here. If you know how to work with in a zero-shot environment better, it can really help in many different situations when you just don't have any sample. Okay, let's reduce the number of labels. So if we would reduce the confusing ones, so it's this one. Remove this one. And remove this one. It hurts us the most. And I guess fair code. Wait, there's already fair code mini inquiry. Oh, now I get it. We've let it slip. There's a multi-label. That's a multi-label label. It contains 2 things. Of course it's confusing. It's not fair. Let's just remove those samples. They don't mean much. Okay. So altogether, why it's an abbreviation and fair code? It's like it's sort of just an abbreviation. Okay, I'm kind of confused. Let's take another label. This one, shading. So classification report. This one is off. This one is pretty good. This one's pretty good. This could have been better. Okay, airline information request. No multi-label stuff. I'm keeping this on. Why am I even filming this, you're asking? Because it gives me more motivation to work on stuff, I think. At least now I'm committed to doing this. Okay. Again, 38? This seems... we already had 38. Okay, let's see them. It's not abbreviations anymore. No, it's okay. Okay, what airlines fly between this and that. So there's airport information queries and there's airline information request. Why are those even different? Can't we just aggregate them together? I don't like this data set. What is the difference? Airline information request. Airline. Oh wait, this one is the exact one. Maybe I've missed the class name. No, it's okay. This is like, this is true. You can, I've removed it before calculating the classification report, so you can disregard this one. Okay, so there's airport information and queries. So whenever I have airline, I think it kinda, that's my thingy. So what if I'll just remove airline from just the information request? I'll just have airline in the label. What will happen? Let's try. Like maybe for this data set you only need a few regexes or something. Okay, what if we keep only the airline? So how can we now tinker with it? So intent mapping. Where's my intent mapping? Here's my intent mapping. Okay, we're gonna change it a little bit. Airline information request. So that's what they were going for, basically. That was the basic label, and I've changed that. Okay. What if I want to now change the prompt a little bit? So how am I predicting? Where's the prediction? Here it is. Airport information. Okay. Let's just reproduce the thing. Yep, it's still airport. Okay, let's see what's. Oops. No. Yes. Let's remove those. What's prompt options? Not prompt code, please. Okay, now let's replace stuff. Prompt options replace. So what are we replacing? Let's replace. Where's my airline stuff? Abbreviations, flight number, aircraft, airfare. But I want the airline. Here it is. So let's change this into just airline. Yes, we successfully changed that. Mostly don't copy paste stuff. Nope, still the same thing. Okay. What if we didn't have that thing at all? This is misleading. Why is it misleading? What's going on? List airlines. Okay. Let's even dumb it down some more. Let's just create a way to create option prompts dynamically. Okay. And my wife just got home. Gotta stop